The camera snaps into focus on a steaming plate of silky, olive-glossed pasta. I lean in and whisper almost conspiratorially, could eating this, only at lunch, actually make your body burn more fat tonight? Fork twirls, steam curls. I pause just long enough for the question to hang, because every diet book on earth says pasta and fat loss can't coexist. Yet a growing stack of peer-reviewed studies says timing, temperature, and insulin dynamics might flip that old rule on its head. Think of it like turning a carb grenade into a slow-release fat burn capsule. And tonight, you'll decide whether that's science or sorcery. First, zoom out to your biological clock. Every hormone, from insulin to cortisol to growth hormone, runs on circadian gears. When sunlight hits your eyes at breakfast, clock genes in your liver start shifting enzymes that dictate whether incoming carbs get torched for fuel or tucked into fat cells. Researchers at the University of Surrey fed identical pasta meals to volunteers at early afternoon and late night. The afternoon group saw a 30% higher overnight fat oxidation rate and better morning insulin sensitivity. Same calories, same macros, different hour, massive metabolic swing. That's why we lock the pasta window squarely at lunch. We're cashing in on daylight insulin responsiveness and letting those carbs vacate your bloodstream before melatonin signals bedtime repairs. Now look closer at the pasta itself. Fresh boiled pasta is mostly rapidly digestible starch. But chill that same spaghetti for 12 hours and a chunk of those starch chains realign into resistant-starch type 3. King's College, London confirmed in 2024 that chilled and reheated pasta cut the area under the curve on glucose tests by roughly 40% and pushed nighttime fat oxidation up 18%. Butyrate. It's like stealth upgrading your noodles to behave more like lentils without changing flavor. So the rule becomes, cook once, refrigerate overnight, reheat for lunch. No extra cost, no fancy ingredients, just chemistry. A lot of you are asking, what about portion size? Can I heat my plate sky high? Think of your muscles as a sponge. They can hold only so much glycogen before overflow becomes fat storage. 80 grams dry weight, about 2 standard cupped hands cooked, is a sweet spot most studies use. Pair it with at least 30 grams of protein, grilled chicken strips, tuna, or chickpea pesto, because protein not only repairs muscle, but flattens your blood sugar curve via GLP-1 signaling, the same gut hormone Ozempic exploits. Yes, your lunchtime pasta can become a miniature GLP-1 hack when you anchor it with protein and fiber. Do you have to be Italian to love this? No swap in brown rice pasta if you're gluten-sensitive, or pulse-based penny for extra fiber. The cooling principle still works because it's the amylose fraction, not the gluten, that retrogrades. Even jasmine rice forms resistant starch when cooled. Same science, different grain. Picture two viewers. Emily eats her pasta lunch at 1 p.m., goes for a 10-minute stroll immediately after. Nothing crazy, just a loop around the block. That short walk accelerates glucose uptake into muscle by around 20%, according to Otago University step test trials. By dinner, Emily chooses salmon and broccoli, keeps carbs near zero, insulin stays flat, and growth hormone surges during deep sleep to unlock fat stores. Marcus, on the other hand, slams pasta at lunch but stays glued to his chair. Later, he grabs crackers at 9 p.m. because, hey, carbs haven't been too bad so far. Blood sugar hums all evening. Melatonin release is delayed, deep sleep shortens, and growth hormone never peaks. Same lunch move, opposite nighttime outcome. That's why the protocol includes a post-meal walk and a strict carb curfew after 3 p.m. Let's test the objections. Will you be hungry by dinner? People always assume high GI carbs trigger rebound hunger. But in a crossover trial published in Appetite, participants who consumed chilled pasta with 30 grams whey protein reported 40% lower craving scores at 5 p.m. than those who ate an equivalent calorie salad with no starch. Satiety isn't just macros, it's gut peptides and stretch receptors. Add colorful veggies to volume load the meal and your hunger dial quiets down. What about athletes training at night? If you lift heavy at 7 p.m., you may earn a targeted carb bump post-workout, but keep it to 20 grams fruit or rice cakes, not a second pasta mountain. The big carbohydrate bolus still belongs at lunch to respect your circadian insulin window. Suppose your heritage staple is rice, tortillas, or plantain. The rule remains. Main starch portion midday, cool and reheat if you can. protein pair, veggie bulk, early walk. The method is dietary agnostic but clock loyal. Now let's address sleep quality because overnight fat loss hinges on it. A study in sleep medicine tracked subjects eating a carbohydrate-dominant lunch versus dinner. The lunch-loaded group gained 15 extra minutes of deep sleep and showed a mean drop of 3 beats per minute in resting heart rate. Deep sleep is where growth hormone, the master fat-liberating hormone, erupts. In simple words, pasta at lunch can help you snooze harder, and harder snoozing burns more fat. Imagine your metabolism as a traffic network. Midday pasta is like sending freight trucks when roads are clear. Late-night pasta is rush-hour gridlock. Cargo piles up, spills into side streets, and clogs the system. Shift the timing, same cargo arrives smoothly, fuel burns cleaner overnight. Implementation is ridiculously simple. Tonight, cook enough pasta for tomorrow and stash it in the fridge. Tomorrow, reheat it to serving temperature, microwave, stovetop, whatever. Pair it with 30 grams of protein and a pile of vegetables. Finish the plate by 2 p.m. Set a timer, 10-minute walk right afterward. After 3 p.m., carbs shut off. Dinner becomes protein plus fiber. Drink water, maybe herbal tea. Lights out before 11. Repeat for 7 days. Track waist first thing in the morning and share the change in the comments. Keep expectations real. You might lose half a kilo 1 week or just drop visible bloating from steadier insulin. But energy crashes should vanish. Late-night cravings usually fade by day 3, and sleep metrics often improve before the scale does. If you're still skeptical, run a simple test. Buy a $40 fingerstick glucose meter. Eat freshly cooked pasta lunch one day, chilled reheated pasta the next. Measure 60 and 90-minute glucose each day, then overlay the curves. Data beats opinion. Final nuggets: vinegar or lemon on pasta drops. Glycemic response an extra 10%. Extra virgin olive oil improves gut hormone response. Adding mushrooms or spinach sneaks in prebiotic fiber. None of these tweaks matter if you ignore the clock, so timing stays king, chemistry queen. Take a breath. Look at that pasta bowl again. Demonizing food never worked. Disciplining context does. Could eating only pasta at lunch boost overnight fat loss? The evidence says yes, if you cool it, reheat it, protein pair it, walk it off, and respect the sunset carb curfew. Try it, track it, and let your own numbers write the sequel. Drop your baseline waist, promise to return in 7 days, and let's crowdsource the data. If you got value, hit subscribe. Next week, we test whether cold showers beat jogging for metabolic spike. Until then, buenos sueños, may your dreams burn fat.